E3.
E3 discussion. It's that time of the year again, boys.
Prediction times, Thurman.
So let's
just run down.
I'm just gonna start off by saying Sony take that L. You know what I'm saying?
They blew their load last year. They got the Kojima Fuckfest. That's whatever the fuck Death Stranding is coming out this year, and then fuck all else, really, first party wise. So it makes sense for them to kind of retreat into the corner to work on their new console.
They're fucking. It's so funny too because a lot of people are just saying like, "Oh no, Sony leaving." It doesn't show them taking. It doesn't show that they've been losing E3. It's funny because most people
they have their own conference.
Most people, yeah, like their conference is bigger than E3.
Their conference might not be bigger than E3, but it's kind of the Nintendo Direct effect. They are able to market better that way when they're not competing with everybody else.
The issue is that my argument to that is that it's not you may think it's an ends to a means, but competition matters, right? What do you remember? What do you remember most from E3 after everything? It's the competition. People are going to say this one this or this one this. This is how they get their stuff.
Oh yeah, you definitely have that aspect, Thurman, but you also have the wonderful aspect of when you don't have anything to show right now, you can literally go on to, like, Nintendo Direct is a perfect example of that. Everybody's like, well, Nintendo's dead. They come out with a fucking Switch in its own Direct, and it fucking blows the lid off the internet. With Sony, they've kind of started planting seeds of the PS5 with that article they did with Forbes. And they're like, here's the specs of what we're working with. We're going to reveal more later on. What I think they're going to do at PSX this year is they're going to show off, like, Ghost of Tsushima is going to be a PS5 exclusive. You're going to have all the shit that's still in the works on their end. I think the only other thing was for them right now is Last of Us 2. Those will probably end up being launch titles for the PS5. And it makes sense for them to kind of retreat and polish all that shit and be able to be like, here's our launch titles for that, versus trying to compete with everybody else only to kind of shit the bed, because after last year's debacle of an E3 where they were shifting everybody through 3 different fucking stadiums, it was one of the most fucking laughed at things aside from the Andrew WK concert at fucking the Bethesda conference. So
it's literally, and my argument to that is just like Bethesda, they can have a short conference. I think that, yeah, having their own conference is nice, I guess, but at the same time, E3, everyone's going to E3. It's a huge event that it's comparing going to that one concert that's only one town knows, and then comparing it to a big concert that everyone in the state goes to, right? So
it's supporting your shitty dive bar band versus going to a Metallica concert with fucking sold out crowds.
So what you're saying makes sense, but at the end of the day is that Bethesda's, because a lot of the lower companies who do conferences, they don't do it to compete. Some of, like, Bethesda last year had a short ass fucking conference. It was just
like 45 minutes long.
This is what we're releasing. This is what
game out there, telling more lies,
and we're done. So they could have done something like that. But moving on from their L, I want to. There's a lot of games now that I heard that a lot of people are predicting. I heard a lot of stuff coming. A lot of stuff. A new Destroy Humans game.
Well, THQ is kind of doing their own thing this week, because today, as of filming this video, we have the first of their 3 titles that they were revealing before E3, which was Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, I think the subtitle was, where they've literally are remastering the Battle for Bikini Bottom game. We know that THQ Nordic is actually going to be, they've kind of confirmed but kind of slightly unconfirmed kind of shit, a new Darksiders title coming to E3. And there's 2 more titles they're going to reveal this week. And a lot of people are speculating, like you said, it'll be a fucking a Destroy All Humans, because they said there's one on a galactic scale in their little press release. And even I'm like, fucking Destroy All Humans wasn't loved on a galactic scale. It was a cult classic. That's about it. Just like Battle for Bikini Bottom was a fucking hit. It was a cult classic. That's what a lot of THQ Nordic's kind of sweeping up at this point. The other one that I'm seeing a little bit of speculation about is a new Saints Row or a new Red Faction. The Red Faction would kind of fit in that galactic scale, I guess, because most of them are, I think all of them really are Mars based. But like, it's definitely, I don't know. We have a lot of on their end of shit because they fucking supposedly have like 80 some titles in active development right now. It's kind of got me worried a bit because that's what they were doing when THQ shut its doors last time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how to feel about that. So we'll see more there in the next couple days at least. The other one that's really got me intrigued is we're definitely going to see at Microsoft, because EA's not doing their own conference. We had tweeted out today from the Xbox account that Jedi Fallen Order is going to be at their conference instead of an EA conference.
Oh yeah, it's a different E3 this year because a lot of heavy hitters are kind of not attending, and I think it's going to be interesting because this will give a lot of companies like Ubisoft, Square, companies like Though a chance to kind of rise in the ranks, because to be honest, the only two companies that are going to be competing are Nintendo and Microsoft, and I'm really happy for Microsoft too, because Microsoft, for some reason, is a very hated company gaming wise, and so when it comes to comparing Microsoft to Sony, people always think Microsoft is far behind, but that's not true. So
no, they're pretty on par with each other, and
mm-hmm.
it's weird. Like you said, this is a weird year for fucking E3 because as much as I hate EA, and I'm not going to say I like them in any fucking capacity because they're scummy, but there are certain studios under their fucking banner that I do like. I like BioWare. I like fucking Respawn. So I was pissed when they fucking swept up Respawn because I'm like, now everything's going to get microtransaction-y. But those two, I really want to see what they're coming out with, and they're not going to be there. So it's going to be interesting for that. They're doing a live stream, their EA Play live stream. And then Sony not coming there. Yeah, Microsoft's kind of competing with itself on the big stage because Nintendo's not actively there. They're doing their direct. So you like you're saying, we have the smaller companies, the publishers basically, like fucking doing everything, and it's fucking. I'm hoping it's not as much of a shit show as last year, because now we're not fucking scrambling to get everything because we're at the end of the console life cycle, really. We're not scrambling to get our last hits out so we can make revenue and worry about working on next-gen shit.
Yeah, that's going to be a big factor to it. I honestly think because a lot of what they do back in the 6th gen with GameCube, Xbox, like that, they did
the cross-gen shit.
Yeah, they did kind of did a last minute run. Like, a lot of games, a lot of consoles have a few, like maybe 10 or 20, 30 games that were released on the console before the console officially was dead, right? So
I mean, even fucking the PS2 in that generation still saw support well into the PS3 generation.
Yeah. So my thinking is, when it comes to this E3, when it comes to a lot of, because obviously we're going to get a lot of next gen console news for Xbox and for Sony, going to do their shit when they can. Nintendo is comfortable with the Switch for now. They're not doing anything. At the most, we might.
Well, I mean, the 3DS is essentially dead at this point. So
yeah.
Remember when they said they weren't going to kill off the 3DS for the Switch?
We may see a new handheld. We may see a new component to the Switch. But for right now, I think what this E3, my predictions will entail are news about new console, the next gen consoles, but we're still going to get because it's still going to take a while for the consoles to release. So hell, knowing Microsoft, we might get a release date for their.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to get some sort of news from Microsoft here. They've already said they're announcing a fucking console or hardware in general, really.
Yeah, so I mean, hell, we may even see some Google shit.
So, yeah, Google Stadia is supposed to be there too, so that's going to be interesting.
So
here's a question for you, Thurman, since you're big into playing the field with all the different systems like me. Who do you think is definitely going to get the most screen time here? because normally it's Sony getting the most screen time, really. So now that they're not there, do you think one of these, I'm going to just call them the third party attendees, do you think it's going to be like your Square or your Bethesda, or do you think it's going to be Microsoft taking the bulk of the show?
So I think it's going to be, I think Microsoft and Nintendo's show won't change much. I guess people will probably tune into them more. But I honestly don't believe a lot of people are going to, because going into this E3, a lot of people are already expecting certain things, right? So let's look at Microsoft end. People are expecting for a release date for Halo Infinite. People are probably expecting more Crackdown news, probably another Gears.
Crackdown 3 was a fucking flop.
So, people are probably going to be expecting a new game from Rare, maybe a Banjo-Kazooie reboot, or maybe a new Killer Instinct, like a season 4. Maybe for Nintendo, people are expecting another Smash DLC, probably expecting a new more Pokemon Sword and Shield news, even though we get to that Pokemon Direct, probably a new Mario or whatever, maybe like a new Mario spin-off game like Mario Party or whatever, probably
just had a Mario Party, so it's time for a Paper Mario.
Yeah, that a good one.
Fuck the Wii one.
I heard Color Splash wasn't that bad, but
Color Splash wasn't that bad, but it was still a fucking shit show.
Yeah, stuff like that. Maybe a new Kirby, maybe a new title that they ever, maybe a new fucking Star Fox, because I heard Star Fox Zero was a hit or miss. So
Star Fox Zero was hindered by the Wii U. That was its biggest flaw.
So a lot of the companies, so a lot of people are kind of going into E3 expecting certain things from Microsoft and Nintendo. Now, I think Square Enix will probably have most of their eyes on them because Kingdom Hearts 3 was a huge success. And right now, what they're probably thinking is, okay, what about any news for new Final Fantasy? Any news for like a new IP, stuff like that. So Square Enix is definitely going to have their eyes on there. Bethesda is looking kind of shady right now because Fallout 76 was a humongous flop.
I got a lot to say about Bethesda when you're done with your thoughts.
So with Bethesda, I feel like people have their eyes peeled, but Bethesda's the type of company to where like they don't really have much. So they have like Doom, Skyrim, and then Fallout. So I mean, either they're gonna make a new IP or
they announced their new IP last year, which was Starfield. But they said the two things that will not be at this year's E3 is Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, because they're both being made on next gen dev kits, basically.
Yeah. So we might get a new Doom. Or
we are getting Doom Eternal news because there's buildings in fucking LA already lit up with fucking Doom posters.
So shit. I mean, truly, I feel like people are going to tune in to stuff that they're gonna want to be expecting, because a lot of me personally as a gamer, I think a lot of the things I liked about E3 so much is the announcements. I think that's you and I can both agree here that the thing that we like is like the surprise, because what made last year's Microsoft thing so great was the DMC announcement, Jump Force announcement, like a lot of cool announcements that we didn't know.
Remember caring about Jump Force, Thurman?
Yeah, before we realized that Jump Force was shit, So it was just like E3 is that moment. It's like video game Christmas for us. Stuff that we didn't even know, stuff that we heard rumors about. So and I think it's just time because
what I'm really proud about is there wasn't a fucking shit ton of leaks this year. There's actually some suspense going into E3.
I'm really happy about that because leaks are a very common thing now, especially for some of this shit. So honestly speaking, if we're talking like what people have their eyes on, I would definitely say Microsoft and Nintendo. More so Nintendo, mostly because of Smash. Most competitive fighters are going to be looking at Smash because they're going to see who the next fighter is. But for the most part, Nintendo.
Didn't they announce Steve from fucking Minecraft?
No, there's a lot of rumors that there's going to be a Dragon Quest characters, and a lot of North American fans aren't happy, but Japanese fans are. So, how that goes.
Dragon Quest, suck my dick. I want some Dragon Quest love. Okay.
So, truthfully, it's all about what people are going to expect. Because, like I said, a lot of people going into E3 are expecting to see something, right? Because a lot of people already know what they want to see announced or see more impact on, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, anyone can steal the show here if done right. Besides
this
Ubisoft,
is definitely.
I'd be shocked.
I honestly have some things to say about Ubisoft too, but here, like you said, this is a year where really anybody can steal the fucking show. From Microsoft, you definitely have the anticipation of Halo Infinite. You have also the anticipation of Gears 5. Those two are carrying your fucking platform right now because those are your last two big titles that you haven't really capitalized on for a while. You had Halo 5, which was technically a flop. It was hated by the majority of your hardcore fans. You turned it into an esports shit show. You turned it into a microtransaction hellhole. So it was pretty much fucking avoided like the plague, except for that small fucking fraction that just wanted Halo multiplayer. You have Gears 4, which was kind of a mixed review style game. A lot of people hate it because you got a whammon in the fucking hot seat. You don't have two muscly dudes doing it. You also have, the fucking new character syndrome where you're not carrying around Marcus and Dom. So it was kind of that ground of like, I don't like new thing. And now people are all hyped up about Gears 5. So you got those two. You also have, obviously, your fucking Forza. It feels weird talking about Microsoft in general because you got Master Chief, Marcus Phoenix, and Carr for your mascots. So you also have all these third-party studios that you swept up over the last few years, right? So a lot of people are thinking we'll see something from Ninja Theory, which I could see. There's a lot of rumors about Studio MDHR doing some stuff with Cuphead, potentially doing a spin-off or a sequel. You also fucking swept up these studios for fucking Forza, and there's rumors because of a fucking Mixer stream thing, there was a tag for Fable 4. So a lot of people like me that love the Fable series but weren't too happy about the last two games because one was a fucking on-rails Connect game and the other one was basically a fucking sim for running a fucking city. Here, run the entire fucking kingdom and build your coffers so you get the best ending. So we want to see a return to form for fucking Fable if that's true. But like you said, there's also Rare. What the fuck is Rare doing? Because Sea of Thieves isn't that well received. It's kind of fixed itself. It's kind of got its final audience, as I would call it. Like, there's not a lot of people playing it. I tried it when it came out, and I tried it again not that long ago, and I still couldn't like it. There's just nothing there for me. But there's a lot of people that do like it, but it's not the massive success that fucking Microsoft wanted out of a Rare title. So what else do they have? Well, they have Perfect Dark, which would be a great one to bring back. You have Banjo-Kazooie, like you said, and then you have Cameo, which there was originally a fucking sequel for Cameo in the works. So there's still some work there that they could fucking kind of dig up and make an actual Cameo sequel. You saw concept art of it in Rare Replay. I'm sure you saw that, Thurman, when you played it.
Yep.
So there's definitely that there, and then you got your fucking entire back catalog of antiquated franchises around that title. But yeah, you could have a lot of good shit coming out of fucking Rare. And you got Battletoads coming out.
Battletoads!
The game that destroyed many of people back in the day.
So it's Bethesda. It's a lot of anticipation.
Bethesda, though, right? Thurman. Bethesda, you are 100% correct that there is a lot of eyes on them because of how they handled the controversy for Fallout 76, because of how they've been handling the controversy for Elder Scrolls Blades, their mobile game, because of how they've been handling a lot of shit lately. It was revealed that it was kind of known that Fallout 76 would be kind of a mixed bag on launch because they kind of rushed it out. And a lot of people felt betrayed at that. Name a Bethesda game that wasn't a buggy mess in the last 10 years, though. You can't. You fucking can't. Skyrim had moonwalking fucking shitting dragons on the fucking PS3. You had glitches to where it would fucking corrupt its own saves. You had the same thing for fucking Fallout 3 on the PS3. So you had a lot of controversy for a lot of these games in the background, but they weren't as massive as Fallout 76 being a completely fucking broken title on every platform. So, and not to mention the collector's edition controversy where they swapped the bag out now that it's been 6 months since it launched and they were supposed to send out the replacement bags and they still haven't. I don't give a fucking pint of piss about the goddamn collector's edition. I didn't fucking buy it, but I can sense where a lot of people were betrayed by that. But there's 3 major franchises that they still could technically release. You already have Wolfenstein Youngblood coming out this year. I think, actually, I got a receipt from where we got it pre-ordered here. So it comes out July 26th. So you're not going to see a whole hell of a lot from that. Maybe some gameplay. Then you have Dishonored from Arcane Studio. You have Prey. And you have Doom. That's about it, because you've already released a Rage. Doom is coming out sometime this year or early next year. So you have fucking Prey and you have fucking Dishonored. That's it. That's your entire catalog that's really well known at this point.
Bethesda's they were known for their quantity.
So what the fuck is Bethesda really going to do? Are they going to make another fucking mobile game that's going to be hated by everybody?
I mean, you never know. I mean, this is the year of new IP. It's a good idea to make something new. You know, sometimes new is better. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot they have Quake. Because everybody loves Quake Champions, right? It's not one of the most review bomb games on Steam.
Wait, so did Bethesda make Unreal Tournament? Or is that a different company?
That was Epic, and they don't give a fuck about anything but Fortnite money at this point. That was literally Unreal Tournament was the reason I originally downloaded the fucking Epic launcher. I'm not even lying. But yeah. So fucking Ubisoft is also in this awkward state because we're on an off year for Assassin's Creed. Then we just had a fucking Far Cry.
Yeah.
We know we're going to open with a Just Dance number because it's fucking Ubisoft and they love to open with a cringy, furry-filled dance.
A new Rayman, honestly. We haven't seen it got a new Rayman.
They shut down UbiArts. So the question is, will we ever see another Rain Man? You know, because
oh god, why would they shut down the company that makes their mascot?
They shut down UbiArts because it was a fucking money pit, because of the technology that went into it. And financially, it made sense, but it also sucks because that was some of the most talented fucking artwork you've seen in a game, like Child of Light and fucking the last 2 Rayman games were some of the most beautiful art-wise that Ubisoft's released in years.
Did they forget Rayman Origins and Legends were hot sellers?
They were hot sellers, but UbiArts hemorrhaged money, so they're like, oh, we'll kind of shift you into these other fucking studios.
Well, I'm not expecting too much from Ubisoft, to be honest. Honestly, the only thing I really care for them about is Rayman, and I'm not really that big of an Assassin's Creed fan, and I'm stupid, but I don't really know what else they make.
So
we could have potentially a Prince of Persia game. It has been a year since we've seen that.
That was rumored, wasn't it? That was rumored.
Yeah, it was rumored, and that's been rumored for the last like 3 E3s. So it's kind of like your Half-Life 3 joke at this point. You also could have from Ubisoft. Really, the other really hyped ones are Skull and Bones. I think it's called, the pirate game that's basically Black Flag's ship simulator. And
that never released, did it? Or
no,
that
was Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones has not been really talked about since every E3, and aside from that, like, it's kind of this fucking enigma. For fucking other shit, the Beyond Good and Evil, that's the 2 big ones for them. I would love to see the original one remastered as well. In 4K, the original fucking Beyond Good and Evil. I would literally throw another $20 at that fucking game, and I bought it 5 times at this point.
That would actually be really good. A lot of what they could do is they could do a collection of the old Rayman games. I would definitely give.
That would really you see a lot of those collection games selling really well at this point, like the fucking Castlevania collection game,
Yeah,
fucking all these legacy collections that come out, like they really sell.
The Mega Man one sold well, the Crash one sold well, the Spiral game one sold well.
I threw $60 at fucking the Ezio trilogy.
So so the good thing about Ubisoft is they have a mascot that has been well received for many years now. So I mean, if they really wanted to bring him back, the best way to do it was a collection, HD remix of the first 3 Rayman games.
Well, they kind of did release the third Rayman on 3DS back in the day.
Well, yeah, but like nothing beats a full-on collection. Like hell, Capcom is famous for this. I mean, Devil May Cry collection, Mega Man collection. I'm surprised
Capcom's actually. Well, they kind of did. They did the Origins collection with Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1 on it, and they did. Didn't they do a Revelations one?
I don't follow Resident Evil like that, so I wouldn't know. But Capcom is still famous for hell. They did a Street Fighter collection too, 30th collection. Yep. So I mean, collections
it came with a belt and a fucking bust of Ryu.
Yeah, so I mean, collections are a very good thing to do because not only does it bring back a mascot or a game that was old, it also brings it potentially to come back its own standalone game again, right? Yep. And especially because collections also give adults who play the games at a younger age a chance to relive nostalgia, but also gives people like me who were too young to play certain games and they want to find new game series, or they want to play a series that they've never wanted to play as a kid, but they never got the chance to also play that. So that's a really good thing about collections and remakes and some stuff like that, and remasters, shit like that, is that it gives a lot of people a chance who couldn't play those games at the time to play them now. So that would be a really smart thing for Ubisoft to do, but I don't think they're really caring for Rayman that much because they have the Rabbids. So I could probably see a Rabbids game coming out right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. So the other big ones right now that are coming out would be from Square. You have the Avengers project thing.
People are really excited about that.
From what I'm hearing, it's kind of rumored to be like a live servicey style game where you can have like fucking. It almost sounds like Destiny with fucking the Avengers. Like you have fucking 4 people on the same mission, basically swap out for fucking heroes and shit. And
that'd be like kind of like Monster Hunter-esque with like Avengers. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know how to feel about that though, because I grew up loving Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, so I could see the fucking love for live service being a really big thing. But you're also seeing a lot of people fall out from that because look at how fucking horribly received Anthem was. And it doesn't help that it was a broken fucking shit heap, but...
Damn, I was so disappointed with Anthem. Oh my god.
I didn't touch it. I played the fucking beta. I canceled my pre-order.
I didn't even play the beta. I was gonna buy it because it was my gaming squad were gonna squad up and play it together, but the game just shit the bed.
I played the beta because I had it pre-ordered from last year's E3 because I'm like, oh, it's Iron Man the game kind of. I got into the beta, played it on PC, fucking despised it, canceled my pre-order. It was a fucking mess, dude.
Hit or miss, really. Hit or miss when it comes to the Marvel stuff. I mean, Square is kind of good when it comes to that stuff. So I mean, especially since Marvel's name's on it, so. They're gonna try to make it not easy.
They're definitely, because it's been in the works for like I think 3 fucking years at this point, because I think it was announced at E3 2016. It's definitely had its time to work, but it also comes into that whole effect that we're seeing a lot of right now of how much this is built on crunch itself, because they've kind of teased fucking Anthem back that far back. They kind of teased a lot of shit that's been really horribly received lately that far back as well. So it's really fucking like everything's kind of hit or miss at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what it is. I really don't want another fucking Destiny. I really don't.
No.
I am fucking Destinied out at this point.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are. Destiny was a game that had a good concept but poor execution.
It definitely was a poor execution, and a lot of that I do blame on Activision themselves because they fucking want to. They want to milk that goddamn dollar. So the other fucking predictions I kind of could dive into from everything here with the EA live stream. There's not going to be a whole lot. I would guess that that's where we're going to see a lot of like Anthem fucking rundown. We might see something about Dragon Age 4.
Yeah.
But that'll
quick and sweet.
Yeah, and a lot of fucking Twitch streamers and YouTubers playing games that they're getting paid to play.
We might see a IP from something. I know EA did the TMNT Manhattan game. I think I could be wrong. So
I don't know. I don't really follow a lot of licensed games anymore. But
so they might do a licensed game. You never know.
Fucking the one that I want to see from Square though is I definitely want to see more. And they said they'd show us more in June, so it was kind of a given that we'd see more of this there. But I want to see more of the fucking Final Fantasy VII remake. I want to see some of the fucking Kingdom Hearts DLC that they're talking about. But
definitely when it's talking, definitely, hopefully a new Final Fantasy, maybe.
We might see a 16. Who knows? I think it's a little early for a 16. They're still milking the fuck out of that MMO.
I hope maybe a new IP. I'm really hoping for another The World Ends With You.
That would be amazing to see The World Ends With You, because we've kind of wrapped up Sora's story here with fucking Kingdom Hearts. So they're definitely going to try and take their time to make their new series, because they're going to fucking milk Kingdom Hearts till hell freezes over. Because it's such a rabid fan base. But we kind of saw like the end of Sora's story, so it would make sense to revisit one of their other spiky-haired anime protagonist series, either Final Fantasy or The World Ends With You, or build something new. And that's definitely something that Square is capable of. I keep forgetting that fucking Square kind of owns Hitman and kind of owns fucking Tomb Raider.
Been for a while though. And but so is both of those series have been there for a while. If anything, we might get like I said, a probably collection of those games or a new
We just had Shadow of the Tomb Raider last year come out. And we had Hitman 2 come out, which wasn't as well received as the first Hitman from the reboot, but it was definitely still well received. I'm not the biggest Hitman fan on the planet, so I can't really judge that, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider was fucking phenomenal. So it might be an off year for that. But this year, because we're at that end of the fucking console life cycle, it's so fucking bizarre to talk about shit because it's all fucking really an enigma.
Yep.
So I mean, final thoughts here, man. I mean, shit.
Do you think we'll see a Resident Evil 8 since Resident Evil 2 remake went fucking amazing?
Knowing Capcom, they're gonna try to do whatever they can to make sure they stay alive. Make sure they don't get bought out by Nintendo, because everyone wants them to get bought by Nintendo.
Why? I would love to see a fucking a new Time Splitters, or I would love to see a new fucking Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Well, so those are two that I would love to see announced here. But
like I said, I am hyped for E3 because it's always a surprise to me. That's why when it comes to E3 spoilers, it depends. But I really hate when stuff from E3 gets leaked because I want to be surprised when it comes to E3. I think the whole enjoyment of E3 is a surprise and the predictions. So my final thoughts are: I really hope that we get new stuff as well as surprising stuff. Because you never know what's going to happen. It seems like a lot of these companies know exactly what they're going to go for, and it seems like a lot of people already know what they're going to try to push out there. So I definitely cannot wait for E3 this year, and we will be there to see after the video. After E3, we're going to do our.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. The final press conference, we'll do a discussion. How we format it, like I said in the little vlog, is just going to be dependent on who all we could get or if we want to bring other people into it or whatever. But yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Surprise cameo. Peace.